Imagine changing football so much that everyone else had to adapt or get left behind. Modern football doesn't just exist alongside Pep Guardiola. It exists because of him. So, how did a skinny midfielder from Barcelona become the mastermind who reshaped modern football? Let's go find out. I'm Talia Lazarus, and welcome back to Football Footnotes.
Take the ball, pass the ball, take the ball, pass the ball.
So let's flash back to 2008, and FC Barcelona had just parted ways with manager Frank Rijkaard. Big names like Jose Mourinho were in the running. But who did President Laporta pick? Not a superstar, Pep Guardiola, a rookie coach who had only managed Barcelona B. Pretty wild, right? But it made perfect sense. Pep wasn't just any coach, he was seen as a spiritual heir to a football dynasty, decades in the making. And it all traces back to Rinus Michels, the Dutch mastermind who invented total football, a revolutionary style where players weren't locked into rigid positions. Anyone could fill any role, based on the space and the situation. Everyone had to be technically brilliant, tactically smart, and ready to rotate in a flash. Michels brought this philosophy to Barcelona in the 1970s, passing it down to his star player, Johan Cruyff, who later returned as one of Barca's most iconic managers. And in the late 80s and early 90s, Cruyff put total football into action, building the legendary Dream Team with a young Guardiola orchestrating from midfield. So, together, they steamrolled La Liga with 4 straight titles and delivered Barca's first ever Champions League trophy. So, when Pep took over in 2008, he wasn't starting fresh. He was carrying forward a philosophy he had lived, breathed, and evolved his entire career. And he was about to take it even higher. Possession wasn't just a tactic anymore, it was a weapon. Pep's teams would build from the back, lure opponents forward, and then slice them open. If they lost the ball, well, instant, suffocating, high press to win it back within seconds. It looked instinctive and free-flowing, but it was built on meticulous, detailed tactical plans. And every player knew exactly where to be every second of the match. It looked like jazz, but it was all math. And the results? Historic. From 2008 to 2012, Guardiola's Barca became one of the most dominant teams football has ever seen. So why did it click so perfectly? Well, there's 3 big reasons. First, belief. Pep wasn't just a manager with a vision. He was the vision. And at 13, he joined La Masia, Barcelona's legendary academy. La Masia isn't just about technique, it's about philosophy. From day one, players are trained to pass fast, move constantly, and let the ball do the work.
Take the ball, pass the ball, take the ball, pass the ball.
It's a language Pep grew up speaking and would later turn into absolute poetry. Second, training. Guardiola's sessions weren't just drills, they were tactical boot camps. Players learned to read space, make lightning decisions, and master possession under pressure. They didn't just play the game, they understood it on another level. And third, the players. Guardiola's ideas needed the right talent, and he had it. Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, all La Masia products, and all perfect for his system. Pep didn't just manage these stars, he refined them, and under his watch they reached heights few players or teams ever have. But here's the kicker. So Pep's influence didn't just stop in Spain, and after Barca, he took his vision to Bayern Munich and then on to Manchester City. He adapted for different squads and leagues, but the core ideas, well, they never changed. Dominate the ball, dominate the space, and dominate the game. Suddenly, everyone wanted to play like Pep. Some teams, they got it right, but most they didn't. And as Cruyff and Pep always said, the hardest thing is to keep it simple. And those who copied without understanding, they just passed the ball around aimlessly. So Guardiola didn't just set the bar, he forced the entire football world to level up. His Barca team didn't just keep the ball, they crushed teams, including giants like Real Madrid and Manchester United. And everywhere, managers scrambled for answers. There were two big defensive responses which exploded: the low block, sitting deep, closing space, daring Pep's team to break them down, and then high pressing systems, where hunting possession high up the field to kill attacks early. Neither tactic was new, but Pep's dominance supercharged them. And today, whether teams park the bus or they press like maniacs, you can bet their strategy has roots in trying to stop Guardiola's style of football. But what about Pep himself? He's not standing still. And over the years, he has introduced new twists, inverted fullbacks, false nines, hybrid midfielders, and always hunting for that next small edge. Because now, everyone's smarter and everyone's seeing the blueprint. He forced football to evolve, but evolution, it never stops. So the real question, can Pep outthink a world playing by his rules? Let us know what you think in the comments, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Football Footnotes. I'm Talia Lazarus, and I'll see you next week.